He had been there for days, gathering the courage to face her. He had found her only through the whispers of an old friend. And now he wasn't sure if he still had the right to knock. Amina sat on her couch, the box open before her. She had lit a candle beside it, reading the letters again. Each word felt like a bridge between past and present. She smiled faintly through tears. "After all this time, you still wrote like a poet," she whispered. She didn't hear the faint sound at the gate, a hesitant knock. Once, twice, she paused, frowned, stood up, and walked slowly to the door. "Who could it be this late?" she murmured. Another knock, firmer this time. She opened the door and froze. There he was, thinner, older, eyes tired but kind, a face she thought she'd never see again. The candlelight trembled, as did her breath. For a long moment, neither spoke. The world outside stilled, even the crickets seemed to listen. Daniel's voice broke first, rough and quiet. "I wasn't sure you'd open." Her hand gripped the doorframe. "You're—" She stopped. The rest of the words wouldn't come. He nodded slowly. "Alive? Barely. But yes." Her tears came before the questions. She took a step back, motioning him in, but he hesitated. "I didn't come to stay," he said softly. "I came to explain." She swallowed, her voice trembling. "After 20 years, Daniel, all I wanted was the truth. And now you're here." He looked around the house, her children's pictures, the candle, the Bible on the table. "You built a good life," he said. "You found peace." Amina looked at him for a long time. Peace doesn't mean forgetting. Silence, just the candle flicker between them. Finally, she asked, "The letter, the hospital, why didn't you tell me?" He lowered his gaze. "Because I thought it would break you. I thought if I disappeared, you'd move on. But every day away from you felt like punishment." Her tears fell freely now. "You took away my choice to stand with you," she said. "You thought you were protecting me, but you were only protecting yourself from being seen weak." He nodded, his eyes wet. "You're right." The air between them grew heavy, with all the years that never were, birthdays, anniversaries, prayers whispered in different rooms under the same sky. She took a deep breath and stepped closer. "Why now?" Daniel looked up, his voice barely a whisper. "Because I heard you forgave me, and I couldn't die without seeing your face again." Amina's lips trembled. "Then why are you talking about dying?" He smiled faintly. "Because my time is short. The sickness came back. But this time I wanted to say goodbye properly." Her knees weakened. She held onto the chair. "No!" He shook his head gently. "Don't cry for me. Just promise me one thing. Don't let my leaving again steal your peace. You deserve joy, Amina." Tears streamed down her face. "You broke my heart twice, Daniel. Once when you left, and again when you came back to say goodbye." He took her hand slowly, his touch trembling but warm. "Then let this be the last heartbreak." They sat together, not speaking, just holding hands as the candle burned low. Outside, dawn began to color the sky faint pink. Birds began to sing. And when light finally touched her face, Amina whispered, "Faith stayed, love came back. And maybe this time, peace will remain." Daniel smiled weakly, whispering, "That's all I prayed for." Life doesn't always unfold the way we plan it. Sometimes it bends, it breaks, and yet somehow it still blooms. The heart learns that faith is not tested in comfort, but in waiting in the quiet moments when answers don't come, and we must keep believing anyway. Love, too, is not always loud. It lingers in the small things, in memories, in forgiveness, in the courage to hope again. Forgiveness is the bridge between pain and peace. When we release what hurt us, we make space for healing, not because the past changes, but because we do. And perhaps the greatest truth of all, God's timing never fails. What feels delayed is often divine preparation. What seems like an ending might only be the turning of a page. So, keep faith alive. Even when everything else fades, let faith stay, because when it does, love, peace, and purpose always find their way back